Yo, 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 this is King Erner coming to y'all live and direct. Another night of the Honorable Show. For surely, tonight we're going to be speaking on someone I look at as leader, stronghold, honorable man who was kind of forced into drug dealing. He goes by the name of Larry Davis. Larry Davis has all the honor in the world, and I'm not going to lie to you, he's one of the most blessed Muslims I've ever known in my life. The reason why I say he's blessed is because Larry Davis started off as a child. You know, he was like every young man, trying to find an honorable earn. He used to be really into, you know, like fixing motorcycles, cars, and things of this nature. As he got older, you know, poverty was in very hard, but not only was there poverty, but there people in his neighborhood, in his community, was being forced to sell drugs by police officers. Now, Larry accepted, of course, like any black man in poverty would do, and he made a lot of money. But ironically, they were giving drugs to a girl of his, a girlfriend of his. And they was giving her so much cocaine that when she got pregnant, she wound up losing the baby. It was crazy because Larry didn't even know that they was giving her the drugs. But not only that, Larry was the individual who just, after a while, got tired of it. They didn't like that neither. The police was against Larry Davis at an all-time high. The only thing they didn't know was that when Larry told them he didn't want to hustle for them no more, they didn't know that he would defend himself with all his might, all his strength. So one day they just got to kicking down doors. And when they got down kicking down doors looking for Larry, you know, because of course, him stopping selling drugs, but not only did he stop, he had their money. He never gave them their money back from the last package that he got from them. And they came for him. But when they came for him, not only was he ready, but he was ready to die. And when you have an individual that's ready to die for their family, children, and people around them, you got to understand this, that at the end of the day, it's not going to be an easy takedown. And he just was looked at as like a black Robin Hood just for fighting back. Now, some would say, oh, he was this type of person, he was dead. Why he ain't a rat, King Erner? Why he ain't? I just told you individuals that he was forced to sell drugs. But yet he had the strength, the manpower to fight them back. But what they didn't want no one to know is that Larry was an individual that knew everything about him. When he got out of the first house, shooting out with him, he shot one of them in the mouth. I mean, he was really coming through the walls on him and everything. But when he got out of that building, he wound up, they were shooting at him. When he went to go get out the building, I think it was him and his wife was in the house, and you know, they asking like, you know, what's going on? You hear any more people in the house? They're like, no, I don't hear nobody. He done shot everybody up. But he began to, you know, creep around like everybody else is to find out was anybody in the house. And he called her, come on out, baby, is you okay? Have you been touched? She comes out. When she comes out, he like, is anybody else in the house? She like, no, what's going on? What's going on? So he said, 1 second, he go to the door. And when he looked out the door, somebody waiting for him with a shotgun, take a shot at his head, bloom. He go with that again, because the first bullet that the guy hit him with when they first came in, shot him in his head, but he went with the bullet, and it grazed him. Still made like a dent in his head, but it's grazed him. He went down with the baby, came back up with a 9mm, giving it back up. Now, at this point, no one else is left. It's like a video game. You kind of, when you hear me talking about it, but it's real serious. It's real life. It's a black man who's fighting back. When he come to that door, somebody took a shot at him. Another cop took a shot at him with a shotgun. They was going for all headshots, trying to get him out of here. But what was good about that is that it opened up the door, another door to another apartment where his sister lived at. So he was able to go there, come down the back way and get away. You know, he was so honorable, man, that He wasn't an individual that just protected his family. And youngers, remember this. When it comes down to protecting your family, and that's why I'm telling all the youth tonight, don't pick up guns. Don't run around trying to be a shooter, quote unquote. If you're 21 years old, go ahead and get your license to carry, man. And when you get your license to carry, do the right thing and basically protect your life and your family's life. Nonetheless, he came back, stood behind the mayor and listened to them talk about the things and events that happened. Then he went on his way. Well, one day he was trying to, move around, and they happened to find him almost. Get into an individual house. The lady was such a sweet lady. He told her, listen, the cops are outside. She was like, well, yeah, they're looking for that guy, Larry Davis. And he told him, I'm Larry Davis. She said, oh my goodness gracious, let him stay in the house. Her husband comes home. He's, oh God, oh Jesus, please don't let this happen. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Make a long story short, short story shorter, they sent him to the store. And when he went to the store to get the kids some food, he overheard one of the cops talking about how when they do catch this guy, no matter where he's at, they're going to kill whoever's in there and their family. The guy got a little shook up and said, I want to talk to, somebody in charge, supervisor, anybody. Got his supervisor told where Larry was at. Larry got on the phone, made some things happen, whereas though the only way he was able to get out safely is because the FBI sent 2 agents outside of the door and he was taken in safely. And it's more to the story. So remember, this is, Larry Davis part 1. But I want for the youth to realize that selling drugs is not a good thing to do. Sometimes we go through poverty. Sometimes we go through rough things in life, and we forget that those rough things in life are the things that might cause us to be down if we allow ourselves to be down. The goal is to go through rough things and then find positive things to do within that time and be patient, because not all the time is things going to happen overnight. You're a singer, you're a basketball player, you're a rapper, if you work in a restaurant and your goal is to own a chain of restaurants, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. So you have to take your time, you have to be patient, and with being patient comes a lot of adversities. I know because I've been through a lot of adversities. But I'm telling all the youth and the youngins that although Larry Davis made it out safe, wound up going to jail, and it's going to be more to the story I'm going to give you, but note this. He didn't want that path. He would have rather owned a chain of stores where he can fix bikes and, cars and things of this nature, but we all make mistakes. So although I honor Larry Davis to the fullest, I want for everybody to understand that the route of Larry Davis is not the correct route. Don't allow nobody to force you to do anything. And when they say they forced him, of course it was a force by putting it on him and demanding and expecting, and probably the way they treated him while he was selling drugs. But actually, it was more like an acceptance, because guess what? He was able to take care of his family. And I honor a man who does what he has to do to take care of his family, but don't allow nobody to set him up. You see, the homicides that took place on these cops, he had to defend himself. But the homicides that took place that they was looking for Larry for was not at all his homicides. They was just trying to frame the man. And youngins, in the streets and anything you do, you could be framed also. You wouldn't want to be framed, right? So the goal is to not even try it, you know what I mean? You know what your chance should be if it's working at McDonald's, if it's cleaning up, or you starting your own business. Do that then, because you'll be able to keep your life. And guess what? The money that you have in your pocket and in your bank account, you'll be able to keep that because you don't have to put it out for lawyers. And also, you can save it and no one can touch it as long as you pay your taxes. And that's a robbery, but at the end of the day, it's something that has to be done. And it's something that we call in America a part of your responsibility. I'm King Earner from the Honor Your Life campaign. Please look out for Larry Davis Part 2. Pure Honor clothing. Hurry up and get it at honorableearners.com, because it's only going to be casual wear starting in the beginning of the month of October. Now, these are going to be like shirts that's antique, that no one going to ever have, certain colors. You know, whatever the case may be, you want to get there and grab your shirts. And I thank you guys for all the support I have been getting. I really do. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave. Know that my honor is intact and there will be more coming tonight. King Earner live and direct.